The Big 12 is in deep discussions to add 6 teams to their conference. The 6 teams include Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Oregon, Utah, and Washington. So I immediately look at this and think, well, they're now taking what they can from the Pac-12. I immediately thought, Chad, of what we discussed last week of the rumors that were swirling about Oregon and Washington being a package and how the Big Ten was interested in that as well. And, in fact, I believe that the rumors were we would hear something early this week about Oregon and Washington and potentially the Big Ten to accompany USC, UCLA. We discussed the legislation that they were debating out on the Pac-12, specifically the state of Oregon, with Oregon and Oregon State. And I also thought of, where is Stanford and Cal in this? And if you're the Big Ten, are you going immediately after Stanford and Cal as the next pairing to add to your conference? If in fact Dennis Dodd is, and he's accurate, if in fact this comes to fruition where you see the Big 12 add these 6 schools, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Oregon, Utah, and Washington.
This is a lot different. I mean, obviously, the SEC comes out and it doesn't say we're courting so-and-so. Comes out and says, hey, Texas and Oklahoma are coming to us. And then Pac-12 in a slightly smaller but awfully big move says, hey, USC and UCLA are coming to our conference. Then you have this move. We would like very much for these 6 schools to come join us. We're going to court them hard. That's a much different tone and advancement, right? Two big conferences says, hey, we've got these 2 big boys and we've got these 2 big boys. And then another conference says, it sounds to me a mousy, like, we're going to try to get these 6 schools very hard.
So the Pac-12 this morning, the report came out that they have upped their timetable to renegotiate their television rights, which is horrendous, where Larry Scott completely screwed over the conference.
How's it going to get any better now?
With what happened. So they're trying to do that. And then right after that, the Dennis Dodd report comes out about they're getting gutted. So they're already in front of the Big 12 for the next TV rights deal, but now they're even further ahead of them. But what are they negotiating with if those teams are now leaving the conference? And here's the part of this I don't understand. And I've written a piece that will be on Outkick.com tomorrow about what I think the SEC and Big Ten should do. And this is not me agreeing with any of this. I hate most of this. But I also acknowledge that this is the direction it's going. You can't stop the future. And those in power want to stay in power, and the rich always want to get richer. These are universal truths in America and throughout the world. So they're going to keep doing this. Well, the 2 most powerful brands and conferences are the Big Ten and the SEC. They are set to make the most money and provide the most security for schools. So why on earth are you leaving for the Big 12 right now? I think that's, if I'm advising these schools, I think it's dumb. I understand the Pac-12 is not in a great spot right now, but I'm not just taking the Big 12's offer and going. If I'm in the ACC or the Pac-12, I'm not rushing to any other conference except the Big Ten or the SEC. If they come calling, I do everything in my power to go. I'm holding out and waiting to see what happens if it's the Big 12 courting me. Now, if you're Fresno State, Boise State, San Diego State, Appalachian State, name all these programs all across the country that aren't in any Power 5 conference right now, then yeah, you jump at the moment the Big 12 or the Pac-12 calls. But if I'm a school and the ACC, the Pac-12, or the Big 12 are trying to recruit me and I'm currently in a Power 5 situation, I'm not in a big hurry. Now, the first thing I thought of when I saw this preliminary report about the Big 12 wanting these schools was it's a leverage play. This is Washington and Oregon wanting to get into the Big 10. Hey, we've got other suitors also. Big 12's making a move. This could also be in part with some of these programs a move to try to up themselves to the Big 10 or the SEC. So we'll see how it plays out. I just don't know why anyone would be in a huge rush to join the Big 12 right now.